So this is my version of fireside chats with Noah. Just gonna be going over what I learned about through the Makerspaces project over the past month. So first, I'm gonna talk about some technology that's new to me. Well, it's not technically new, but I just started wearing watches. They look very nice, like help me tell the time, make sure I'm being a little bit more organized. Um, but most importantly, the importance of new technology. Um, we can't go anywhere but up. And if we are to start looking for new technology, new innovative ways to better our lives and those around us, having new technology constantly going out is going to be a very integral part to that process. And the limitations of new technologies, we don't want to get too dependent on it. But I think that in order to better society and better ourselves, we have to be able to grow. And a good way to do that is through makerspaces, locations, whether that be in elementary schools, high schools, or colleges, or quite possibly even in the workplace. During our makerspaces experience, we learned a lot about how to work with a team. We all know those horror stories about one person doing all the work, and I think my group, WJB, we did a remarkable job working together, even when some of us unfortunately couldn't be there, meeting outside of class, going above and beyond what we needed to prove and learn about the process of coming up with new technologies, which I think is a major part of the experience. And I think it was a great one to have, and that all students should have at least one opportunity to come together and bring ideas together to have a finished product. And it just is so beneficial to learning. Again, as a Makerspaces teacher in elementary school, that they connects kids to each other, to critical thinking skills, and just a plethora of super beneficial things. So if I were to be alone during this product, I'm sitting in this really cool chair, and it just made me think of having, as a child, I tended to have lapses in my attention span. Having ADD, ADHD, sitting still was kind of tough for me, believe it or not. So as I think about it, currently it might be a good idea to have a chair that has sensory aspects to it, as well as heart rate monitor, and just a way to make sure that we are focused on class, and trying to maintain our information or our attention, because sometimes I can just have my squirrel moments and I tend to lose out in class. Now, as a history teacher, having a Makerspaces project, again, it's going to be a little bit difficult just based on the material being covered, knowledge, and even just the standards that we had to look at to make sure that our product would be able to be sold or used in the schools. But in my future classroom, what I would like to do is have a way to do critical thinking skills, fixing problems in historical context, whether that be you have an opportunity to change history. What would you do differently here? What would be the implications, and what would be the outcomes? And I think that's going to put together all the critical thinking skills that is going to have them think abstractly, creatively, and find ways to fix different problems throughout the world. Again, overall, I thought it was a remarkable experience, and that I think all students should go through it. The only thing that I would say is to watch out for is groups that once they get shut down that they'll shut down. We were almost there. We almost had that opportunity where we were frustrated and mad, but we came through. Keep it real.